Good Saturday, everybody. May the 15th, 2021. Thanks for clicking play and checking out the tropical weather with me today. My name is Jewel, and this is the Weather Channel of J7409. Looking over at the National Hurricane Center, as of right now, nothing's going on in the Central Pacific, the Eastern Pacific, or the Atlantic. Nothing is going on as of now. As we take a look at the surface map for today and the satellite images going along with the surface map, you see what's happening. We got lots of stuff that's going off the coast out into the Atlantic with rain and thunderstorms. We got a low pressure system up here bringing lots of rain. We come down here for all my island friends. You're looking okay as of now. We do have a few thunderstorms that are coming off into the Gulf here. And a big story that a lot of people are reporting on is, wow, the GFS is showing something that might come up to Florida. Well, for those of you who follow me, for days on end, a long time ago, I told you there could be a chance, a possibility. I didn't say it was going to be one. I said a chance of maybe a tropical storm threat around Florida. Well, the threat looks like it may happen. It may not. Now, the GFS is showing this, as I'm going to show it to you in a moment, along with the European model. Now, over the past 6 years, the European model has came in first for forecasting, the Canadian model second, the GFS model has come in third. Not saying that the GS model isn't a good model, it is. It usually runs faster on picking up things before it actually happens. Now, this is still a ways out. A lot of stuff could change. Doesn't mean you're going to have a tropical storm, Florida. Doesn't mean you might not have a chance of one. We're going to check it all out and see what it looks like. Now, when we come over to the GFS model, as you can see, I have this set on the GFS model. You see this low pressure that's starting to form here. This particular map only goes through the 24th, but I'll show you one that will be farther out in time, okay? What I want you to take notice of, especially, is this huge high pressure here. We have a pretty good size low pressure system here and another low picking up here. Now, we have a high pressure, as you can see down here also, that's going to be pulling up. But when you go further to the west, look at this huge high. This huge high. Well, what's going to happen? This high is going to push on across. It's going to push on across this way. This low pressure, as this low, well, first this low pressure is going to start to move off. And I think it's going to pick up this low pressure. That's what it's looking like. Not saying that the Bahamas aren't going to get rain. You will. You might have some gusty winds. And not saying that the eastern section of southern Florida, you may get some winds, gusty winds. I'm not saying tropical storm force winds. You may get some gusty winds, and you might get tropical storm winds before it's over, but we'll wait and see what happens. Now, once again, pay attention. This is for Monday the 24th. As we go over to the European model right quick, it's not even there. High pressure has already taken over, and the low pressure that was up here, as you see, already has gone across, and this little system that is moving on out as it's absorbed by the high pressure. So let's go check out something else. Now, here we have the precipitation rate map with the highs and the lows on another GFS model. It's still GFS, and once again, I'm not saying the GFS isn't correct, but most of the time with tropical storms and hurricanes, the GFS map runs a little bit faster than the rest of them on picking up systems. You have to wait, and you can't go by one model alone, and you really cannot go this far out. When I told you weeks ago this may happen, I said it might. It's not like I said you're going to have one, but what it is you've got to wait, folks, until the GFS model is in agreement with other models, and the European model is the best model for it to agree with. Now, as you can see, I have this set on the 25th, and here is our system right here. The barometric pressure really isn't that low. It's at 1,002 millibars. As we move through time here, if it will let us, here we go. You can see it's getting closer. Now it's down to 1,002. Little bit of rain starting on the east coast of Florida there. As we move on through, you can see what's happening. It gets pushed off, just like I said. Look at this. And it's just turning into a big old low pressure system. This is what's happening now. This is what it looks like now. And this is why the European model hasn't picked it up yet. You can see how it's moving on out. The pressure's rising. It's just a big old low pressure system. That's what's happening. As we move ahead, as far as we can go, you can see another low. It's nothing to worry about here as of now. I wouldn't lose a lot of sleep over it. But you can see what's going on. And high pressure is going to push this one off, and it's going to get absorbed here as we move along in time. But the second low pressure is going to bring more rain to Florida than this first one is looking like as of now. However, all of this can change. We know it can change, and it is still Hurricane Awareness Week, folks. Everybody, please make sure you've got your hurricane kits ready and everything you need to know about preparing for these hurricanes. I'd say all the way up from Massachusetts down the entire eastern seaboard and along the Gulf Coast states. Now here we have Tropical Cyclone Genesis, the percentage that it may form from the NCEP. What does that stand for? National Centers for Environmental Protection. And as you can see, we do have a system down here. And we have this one right up in here. Not a big threat at this time. I'll put you down if I can right quick. You can see the percentage-wise right in here. 10%, maybe 20% up in these areas. All around Florida is at 10% right now for this particular area. This one that should be coming up over in here, as you can see, the last number on these is a track that it should follow. It's kind of hard to see on here, I'm sorry, but it's looking like lots of rainmakers going to be headed to Florida as of right now. However, this can change, folks, but I wanted to show you this so you wouldn't be so afraid right now. It's still a ways out. If you need to get on the stick and get on the ball, do not worry. I will keep you informed. But right now, I don't think that this one's going to turn into a whole lot. But I was right. It looks like there could be a threat right around Florida a little later on coming up. Not this coming week, but the next week. We'll wait and see. Who knows what'll happen, folks, but this is what it's all looking like right now. I will have, when things develop, a new model that I go by, which is the NESDIS, the NESDIS, and that's the National Environmental Satellite Data and Information Service. I'll have a new model to show you on that when something does develop. So that's a check of what's going on with this system that everybody's looking at on the GFS map right now. This is what it looks like it may do. Of course, it can change. Have a good day, a safe day, a blessed day. Do not forget, I will keep you informed if anything changes. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already subscribed and you're into the weather, remember to subscribe. Click that bell and check off all to make sure you get all my latest weather videos as I put them out. May each of you have a good day, a safe day, a blessed day. Thanks for everything you guys do for me. Have a wonderful weekend, and much peace, love, and kindness to each and every one of you. Thanks for watching.